Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Eric, and welcome back to another podcast of the innocent Babble of Caffeinated Jackals. This is my co-host.
Hello, ladies, gentlemen, and everyone in between and outside. This is Quinn.
Now, Quinn, I want to tell a tale.
Oh,
I
dear.
want to tell a fairy world of inconsolable nonsense. And this
Fairy
nonsense...
world is because I'm gay?
I wish it was because you were gay. We're going to go back to a time when I was 5'2". Freshman year.
So back when you were born?
High school. I didn't hit my growth spurt until end of sophomore year. It's kind of sad. Anyway, freshman year, we had an indication of high school was going to be fun. It was going to be our place to rule because everybody knew us already because most of us had older brothers / older people who knew us and then, followed the trend. I walked into high school and was given a nickname 4 days into band camp. Little Marks. And it stayed for an eternity.
So fitting.
It was hilariously fitting at the time. What was even more fitting was the girls who would tell me they dated my older brother and were embarrassed that I knew him because I was so much nicer than him. And I giggled and I said, haha, in my 4-year-old adolescent voice because it was higher than a Chinese man on Chinese New Year. I actually have no idea if that's pertinent. Oh man, I could have done
I don't
such a
know.
better
That was a
reference.
bit of a stretch.
That's what I'm saying. I could have done such a better one. Wow, disappointment.
That was like borderline racist.
Yeah, I know. That was really bad. Normally I'm better about that. Normally, my analogies have been off. They've been off lately. I knew it. I felt it when I said it. It's like I was so good at these for so long. I have to sub out. Bring in the second team. Anyway, back to what I was actually talking about. He's not nice to anybody. So I don't know where you figured he would be nice to you just because you're dating him. Haha, you're funny. So in band camp, and as you do, you're there playing your instrument, diddly doo-dah, wickety way. But freshman year, I was also playing football because I felt I needed to do something more manly, and I liked football a little bit.
Oh, dear. I didn't even know about the football.
So, freshman year, I was playing football, and I had been taken up onto the offensive line and defensive line. And I could see plays happening. Like, I understood play recognition, but I was very scrawny and very weak. And I'm still kind of scrawny and still kind of weak. I'm just kind of massive, so, it makes up for it. 45 pounds for me now is nothing. But when I was a freshman at 5'2", I was like, oh my God, it weighs more than me. It's just a little bit different. So a week and a half out from school start, we're doing tackling practice. And I was like, I don't really know how to tackle coach. I'm not very good at this. I can give it a shot, but I'm not strong enough to wrap, lift, and toss. I'm not trying to get stronger, but it's hard. It takes time. So we do the drill, and they make me tackle 4 or 5 times because they're really trying to get the evidence. And then eventually they're like, well, maybe the dummy's the problem. Let's bring an actual person. So they put one of the other guys in front of me, and I run up, and I wrap, tackle, extend, and all of a sudden, a nice little snap sound from my left kneecap. And I go, oh, this is going to hurt. And collision, pop, I hit the ground. My leg is straight back. I fractured a kneecap.
Oh my goodness.
I got up after my kneecap felt like somebody had taken my knee and moved it. And that's basically what was happening. So I got up after crying for a moment, going to the and him icing my knee, and at least and I sat on that practice, but then lineman for the freshman team. And so I'm on D line. I recognize the play, call it out, try to beat the edge out. I get hit by the fullback, who's I don't know, 7 inches taller than me, probably 100 pounds, or is about equal in weight, but his is mostly muscle. Mine's mostly flub. He hits me. My knees click in air, and every amount of pain that I had been sucking up for the past 3 weeks, all at the same time, just rushed through the bottom of my foot. And I cried because it hurt so bad. And then I got up, and people were like, "Whoa, what's wrong?" And I was like, my knee is messed up." And they're like, "Nah, it's not that bad. Nothing seems to be wrong. It looks structurally fine." Okay, fine. Got up, played on it for another week. Until I started to we had to do a chase the runner drill. I couldn't plant my left foot without my leg physically giving out. So I was just hobbling. So after the hobble event, my coach was seriously concerned that I still wasn't good after 4.5 to 5 weeks of practice, that it seems to be getting worse and I'm slowing up the pace. And I went, well, I don't know. It hurts a lot, but maybe it's just because my knee is all weird right now. Maybe I just need to ice it. I don't know. I'm trying everything. I go to a knee specialist. He takes an x-ray of my knee. There is just a giant crack down my kneecap and crack on my femur. Because at the point of the original contact, I had hyperextended my leg so that everything was lined up perfectly, that they all clicked together when I hit him.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
And then playing on it for 6 weeks made the crack deeper. So I was in a knee brace. I wasn't allowed to play. I had to basically quit from the team. I emptied out my locker. It was a 6 to 9 week recovery time. Freshman team only had 5.5 weeks of games. So, yeah, because it was a 1.5 to 2 month plausible, up to 4, depending on how severe the fracture was. I get to the end of my 4 weeks. I am now a freshman who is in marching band, who has to walk with the marching band. I could walk. I couldn't walk fast. So I'm trying to keep up in marching band as best I can. But I'm not allowed to do the field exercises. I'm not allowed to do the show. So at the start of every show, I just have to stand on the sidelines alone as a freshman facing the stands.
They put you in timeout.
Facing whatever we were facing. I have never in my entire life figured out I had anxiety faster than when you stand up on the sidelines and you can't remember your music. That's been printed in. I play whole notes and quarter notes the entire song, and I couldn't remember the notes. I was like, bah. What comes after bah? What comes after bah? And it was
just sound like a sheep.
It was just.
What comes after bah?
What comes after bah? It was brutal. By the time 4.5 weeks came around, I was able to run on it again, but my doctor was still concerned because of the structural damage plausible to my growth plates in my knee. So They were like, you're not allowed to play football. And if you do play football again, it's possible it gets worse. And I went, haha, I'm going to golf.
Oh, yeah, because, nothing bad ever happens to your knees in golf.
No. There's no high impact in golf. There's rotation, but high impact was my problem. So we just went to golf. I made varsity freshman year. Apparently I was a better golfer than I was a freaking football player. So facts.
Well, that reminds me of, this wasn't my freshman year. This was my, was it sophomore or junior year? I can't remember, but I'm pretty sure you'll remember this story. So Eric and I were both on the robotics team, and our robotics team was connected with the deaf school. So with that, we had some team members who were deaf, and I started learning sign language in order to talk with them. Not gonna lie, part of the reason was because one of them was really cute and I had a crush, but that's neither here nor there. So it was the middle of winter, and we had a snow day. I was outside and I was shoveling, and I hit a ledge in my driveway because it's all cracked up. And so I'm like, ow, that hurt. Well, I'll just move down a few feet and then try again. So I scooch on down a few feet, try to shovel again. Ow, that really hurt. So I'm like, oh, okay, this crack's a little bigger than I thought. Move down a few more feet and hit that crack again about 4 or 5 other times. So normal person would be like, huh, my wrist really hurts after that. I should probably put a simple brace on it or something and take care of it. No, I was not like that. Instead, even though my wrist, you could literally see the swelling from the tendon through my wrist. I was still operating heavy machinery that had high impact, like drills and such. I was still signing to my friends and interpreting and learning how to communicate. And I was still trying to function as best as I could while like this. And I went about what was it, 7, 8 weeks without actually going to see a doctor. And each time our one mentor would turn around and be like, because she knew what happened and she knew I needed to go see help, but she knew I was just like her in the fact that I wouldn't go see help. And so she'd be like, how much pain are you in today? And I'd be like, the normal amount. And she'd be like, the normal amount is 0. And I'm like, well, shit.
Wait. The female mentor, is this Orange Car?
Yes.
Okay.
This
I
is
got
Orange
you.
Car.
Gotcha.
So I absolutely adore her.
She's pretty great. I'm still ticked about senior year, but she's pretty great.
I know. But so I'm this was 8 weeks later. I know this because it was a week 2 competition, and this happened right at the beginning of our build season, which goes about 6 weeks. I was at a competition, and myself, another team member, and Orange Car, the mentor, tried to lift up the robot, and my wrist just gave out completely, and I ended up dropping the robot on the other kid's foot.
That's right, you dropped my robot.
I did.
Oh my god, I forgot how angry I was. My god.
I did. I dropped the hell out of it. I dropped it like it was a newborn. I mean, it was terrible. And to see one of our head mentors face of he didn't know what to react on first. Do I react towards Quinn being like, oh my god, you're hurt? Do I react towards this other guy who's, oh my god, you're hurt? Or do I react to, you just tried to break my robot?
The worst part was, I think the worst part about that situation was, it was the one chance the drive team got to take a short break, and we left, and we came back to Quinn's injured, the robot's a little bumped, and we're not sure what's wrong. And we were like, we left For what the fuck?
And to make it worse, it's not even like you people on the team. No, I was the head of the technical department. I was the head of building the robot.
That's what
So
that's like the business team. It was like we left it with the people, and we were like, okay, cool.
Well,
we'll be back in 7 minutes later. We're in queue, currently hurt, and we're not sure if anything's wrong with the robot. We didn't have a chance to test it, and we just went, guess we're.
But you know what? The robot worked. The only thing that happened was that
Our bumper was
the bumper fell.
The bumper was
because you had to have that like perfect.
Yeah,
but yeah.
Fabric was just on.
So I'm like, okay. Whatever, it's fine. I can just end of it and start talking to people. Orange Car was like, no, absolutely not. We are taking you to the medical tent. We are.
You are not allowed to stay here. You have lost a hand.
He was like, injury. It would have been fine. We would just put you in a brace for a little bit and you would be absolutely, it would be as if nothing happened. He goes, but your tendon is so scarred up. You're going to have chronic pain for the rest of your life and it's going to swell up every time. You're not going to be able to do anything high impact or anything like that. So I'm like, great. First day back to the shop to where we would do like minor edits on the robot, but also like we would have regular team meetings and such. One of my friends who was from the deaf school turned around and goes, your hands normally shake, so I normally say you have a stutter, but look, now you have a lisp too.
Oh my god. Oh, they were so great. Weird, but great.
Oh my goodness, that was a heck of a time. And I still, to this day, I cannot shovel. If I try to shovel, my wrist blows up like a balloon.
Yeah, I just want to have enough money so somebody else can do that.
Right?
It's too much.
That's why I went to college. I didn't go to college for my PhD. I went for my MRS degree. I'm looking to get married to someone rich.
Yeah, I mean, high school was a weird time, especially with the injuries that we were riddled with.
And like, there's never a good time for injuries, but there's a better time for them to happen. And they never happen during those better times.
No, never.
They always happen at the worst possible minute. My blood is in every one of the robots that went to the national tournament that made it to the national championships from the year that I started. Actually, it's also in the robot from the year before. That's besides the point. But from the year I started up until the last one that ever went to Worlds. Because they haven't been back since.
Yeah, I know. Obviously. The good people left.
There's legitimately a joke amongst the mentors that my blood was the secret ingredient.
There's a little bit of my blood in RP5 and Prowler. Outside of that, I don't have any. Sophomore year, I didn't touch the actual robot much because they let me be design lead and then gave me nobody to look over me. They were just like, "Here, be design lead," and I was like, "Okay."
Were you there the time that I hit a crush over the head, or not a crush, but like a guy that was really cute over the head with the claw? It was like the Disney Imagineers thing.
No, I wasn't there. But that's
okay.
partially because when I was on the team I was on with our programmer, I wasn't allowed to be at like the events. I was basically told to just shadow him and like always be around him. And I was like, okay, I mean this stuff is cool, but like it's better if he does it and I look at it and be like, that makes sense, but like you're missing something.
Yeah,
I can't do it.
The only thing that happened with that was that I wasn't paying attention and I accidentally knocked this really cute guy in the head with the claw. And like very, very slow motion. No damage was actually done to either him nor the robot. But I was just like, oh my God, but I got his number. Man, never texted him, but I got his number.
RP5 was my favorite robot.
Which one was RP5? I can't remember.
I was 2011. It was the year you weren't there. It was the freshman year. It was the one where we... what?
That was the claw, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, yeah, that's
its
the one I was talking about.
Its official name was RP5. Yeah, that was the one that took us to second place. But I only reference them by their names because that's what I remember. I have no idea what sophomore year's robot's name was, and I have no idea what senior year's robot's name was because both of them were trash.
I don't remember their names. I remember what sports they played.
Yeah, senior year's one was trash, so I don't really remember much. My responsibility was to scout senior year and to ignore all responsibility sophomore year until I got kicked out of one of the trips and then was told that if I wanted to come back, I had to be responsible and be in the stands. I was like, bet.
That was a time. High school in general was just a time.
I mean, my favorite part of high school was probably junior year. I took 4 science classes that year.
Oof.
Was that sophomore year or senior year? For junior year or senior year? No, senior year I just took physics honors second semester. I don't know why, but apparently I wanted to. No, that wasn't second semester. Yes, it was. Junior year is when I took the robotics class. We took the computer class, which was considered a science. I had my regular junior year science, which was, I think, Earth Space was freshman year.
Junior year, I think, was your choice of chemistry or physics.
No. It was chemistry or...
It was definitely chem or phys because I never took a physics class.
I thought that was sophomore year. You could take chem or bio.
No, you could only take bio sophomore year.
Damn, I can't remember, man. They changed so much crap every year. No, because I think you didn't have to take chem. Because I got out of taking chem and it wasn't for physics.
I don't know. I remember
there was another course you could take junior year outside of physics. Man, I cannot remember for the life of me, man.
Well, while you're contemplating that, I remember your senior year, my junior year, I took the robotics class. And I took it with one of our friends, now ex, and we had the best dynamic from our point of view, but the worst dynamic from our teacher's point of view, because how that class worked was each person got their own little kit because it was a very, very small class. So we actually had enough kits for everyone to have their own.
Yeah.
But you could choose to partner up for the year or not. So me and this other guy, I'll call him Harold. Me and Harold had this wonderful dynamic of each project, we would both start our own robot and get as far as we can. And then halfway through the project, we would determine who had the better thought out and better programmed robot so far, and then both collaborate on that one and finish it. And our teacher hated it, but there was nothing he could do about it because technically we weren't in the wrong. He never established a deadline for you have to determine if you're a partner or not within this time.
I mean, yeah, I mean, that's just a logical conclusion. It's what we did in ours, but it was each partner came up with, like, so I worked with one of our other people who was in our group during my junior year version of the class. I think it was junior year. Yeah, it had to be junior year because senior year.
Yeah, because you took it the first year that it ran.
Yeah. Man, it's really pissing me off. I can't figure out that second science class.
I also remember that another guy in my robotics class, and we agreed on absolutely nothing, and we would just bully each other completely. Like, I'm not saying roast, I'm saying bully, to the point that our teacher had the write-up filled out on him. It was a wonderful dynamic.
So mad right now.
Was it that freshman year was Earth Space, sophomore year was biology? You could take both, but you didn't have to.
No. I know chem.
No, I'm saying though you can choose between you
wanted to. I took. That's right. No. It was I had to take Earth, Space, Bio, or Chem in any order. I had to take two of those three, and then I had to take two more. I had to take one more science class at some point in time. I chose, like a psychopath, to take three more of them through my career.
Oh, you know what? That's right. Well, that's so they changed it for my year then.
Yeah, it was right after that because we got in. We were like the last year to do it.
Yeah, my year it was strict. You had to take Earth Space freshman year, Bio sophomore year, and then Chem or Physics. And then you had to take a science elective. And my junior year was when they established that yes, the robotics class counted as a science class.
Mm-hmm.
So I took that and was like, hey, fuck it. There was also Cisco we took your junior year.
Yeah. That was considered a science class too.
Yeah.
That's why I was thinking about it, because I took another science junior year.
Was that your junior year we took Cisco, was that?
Yeah, okay. It was. Because my senior year I was working. So I had history through film, my math, and my English, and then I had. Man, I really wish we posted our schedules like they do now, where like people post what they have for classes.
I did so useful. Post them. They're in my Facebook memories. Oh, I remember that now because I was a sophomore in high school dating a sophomore in college.
Oh yeah, I remember that debacle.
Well, to quote BoJack Horseman, all red flags just look like flags if you're looking through rose-colored glasses.
Yeah, see, that sounds nice until you realize it's just bad.
Oh yeah, he bullied the hell out of me. Like it was terrible. It was the worst. But you live and you learn. And somehow I lived, so I learned.
I'm literally scrolling through my Facebook right now to try and find if I can find where we posted stuff. Like, I don't think you understand. I'm working so hard right now on something just because it bothers me. I can't remember what I did junior year.
For those of you that think that we do actual planning before these episodes,
Absolutely
just know
not.
there
Absolutely
is
not.
none. We literally spend like 5 minutes right beforehand being like, so what's our jumping off point? And that's about it.
Yeah, where are we starting? And then where the hell are we going from here?
Like you guys hear our thought processes in real time.
Oh my god, I can't remember. I can't believe I said this quote in freaking sophomore or junior year of high school. I told somebody that they are a quality ass loaf of human.
Who was it that you said that to?
Willow.
Oh, I remember you saying that. That's right. Oh.
That's how far back I am right now, and I'm still not back to high school.
Jeez. Yeah, no, I would have. See, that's the thing is that a lot of my Facebook memories now are this post is unavailable because I share a ton of memes
Mm-hmm.
and said accounts get blocked or shut down over the years. It
I have
happens.
I've just got to our New York trip. So far away.
Gosh, that was post high school too.
Yeah. Because
You are really.
remember, I graduated in 2014.
See, that's the thing is Facebook should set it up so that like if you're the owner of the account, like
Can I
on
just
my
skip to
Facebook,
2014?
right? Like I should be able. They used to be able to do that. I don't know if you still can. I'm shit with computers.
I'm not even logged on my computer. I'm scrolling on my phone because we were talking.
Jeez,
My keyboard's too loud to like type and talk.
my keyboard's just loud enough where it's satisfying, but it doesn't pick up on my recording.
I'm still in 2015. What the hell was I doing on Facebook?
I don't know what were all these posts because I never saw any of them.
Well, it was me at Zach Brown Band. Man, the stories are great. That was the last concert I got to go to with my aunt before she died.
Oh,
What is happening? Can we make it to 2013, please?
oh, couldn't find anything in 2014.
I haven't even gotten to 2014. Oh no, I was tagging people in posts who were no longer significant in my life. It feels weird.
Okay, let's see. I am also on your Facebook now.
No, it's gotten bad. We're both just not paying attention to what's happening. All right, so
No.
basically, the whole pertinence of this information is the fact that I realistically believe that junior year I took some dumb like sideshow like uh science class as like my third science class, and I think I got away with it. But I was hoping I would have posted my schedule, but it's taking forever to get to 2014. I forgot it's been 6 years.
God, it's almost 2021.
Yeah, it makes it 7 years. How much grosser is that?
Ugh.
Acceptance letters, great, blah blah blah.
Applying to college, where I accidentally applied to a college, got in, and that's where I'm going now.
Okay, we're in 2013. We're at junior year.
Closing in, people. The most boring part of the podcast is almost over.
Okay. So it was my senior year that I took physics and Cisco.
So I was a junior in high school dating a junior in college. That makes more sense.
Yeah. All right, so now I have to go back even farther because that was senior year.
You're old.
I know. Trust me, it's bad.
I can only say that for another day until it's your birthday again. Because we're going to be the same age for a couple months.
Yeah, and then you got a few months. Ugh, it's so weird seeing all the people that tagged in posts.
I love looking back. Tagged so many people and then post is unavailable. Or tagging people who have since blocked me or I have since blocked. Because I'm a man of courtesy.
Okay, birthday posts were 2013.
I don't even know. I've run out of ideas.
Okay, anyway, so sophomore year, a lot of my year was spent like kind of just milking it because I was given a position of power and there was no reason to give me that position of power. They just wanted me to be in a position of power so that they could hope to use me. Our team had
reasons.
Yeah. So after like I don't know, maybe 15 or 20 days of being on the team, realizing that nobody actually needed me to do anything in my sub team, I just eventually brought my computer in every time and played video games in the back office and got to spend 3 or 4 hours pretending to do anything. So that's what I did. I was just like, haha.
I remember that because I was one of the few people that you didn't change tabs immediately for once I walked in.
Yeah. I was just like, man, I don't care no more. I'm so done with this.
Well, so I went to visit the team like 2 years ago. I went into the back office because I was showing them how to, I was reading over an email that they were writing up. That was just like a newsletter email. And they were logged into my Google. And there was like on Google Chrome, and I really, really hope that they never like check the history or anything like that, because that would have been a time.
Yeah, man. I posted nothing junior year. Like before junior year started, I posted zero.
Of course you did.
Because I think that was my bounce back year. That was my sophomore year was trash. I just kind of like coasted. I kind of was just bored. And then we got to junior year and I was like, man, I'm really tired of being on the back burner. Like I really should step my game up. So the entire
year rebuilding arc.
Yeah, it's like so everything I did during that year was just to prove that I'm smarter than I was and that I realistically was only being lazy because I genuinely had nothing to do. And like by the end of the year, I ended up with a girlfriend. I had a job. I had played varsity golf and played consistently. I was moved to first chair, first trumpet, which really wasn't even right. The juniors should have gotten it. They just gave it to me because I was the junior becoming the senior. The juniors were so much better at playing than I was. God, I coasted in for the entire senior year. I was like, I'm just going to hang out. We played in a marching band event, and I just literally didn't play once. I just fingered the notes and pretended to play. Played my solo, and that was it.
That's the story of my music career. Like, I was part of a fife and drum corps, and that's literally all I did was just finger the notes and not play. But yeah, no, that experience of you digging through Facebook to find absolutely nothing, that just sums up the both of our lives.
It also sums up me on social media. Like,
I was gonna say,
I'm our tech wizard, and I do not post on socials.
you really don't. You post on Twitter, but that's about it.
Yeah, but even then, Twitter is just me replying to people about stuff that I find interesting. It's not even me posting actively. I post more on TikTok than I do on any other social media platform, and that's just because when something strikes me as interesting, I post it.
Speaking of the Twitter, I am apologizing now, people, because I'm still learning how Twitter works.
Yeah, it's nice to have a partner who's basically social media inept, because like when I say I'm like bad at social media, it's seen as like, oh, he's just not great with it. No. You are basically like, how do I tweet? You're my 85-year-old grandmother, and you're just like, how does one tweet?
Like, it's literally the reason why I have an iPhone, because I'm the kind of person, once I learn an operating software, once I learn how something works, that's like my entire mindset is that's how that works. And so if I try to switch to something else, it doesn't work for me. I had an Android phone for a couple of years, and it was hell. I still don't know how that phone works. I knew how to text, I knew how to call, that's about it.
Every time I pick up a piece of technology, it takes me 12 minutes to figure out how it works.
Not me. It takes me 12 minutes to call Eric and be like, how does it work?
And then I answer with very specific and very long details, and you're like, all right, bet. I see what you're saying.
It took me 3-4 months to figure out on Discord how to set it up so that I can like press a button to talk instead of having it do the auto talk. And that was after Googling it many times and still not working.
Yeah.
But in my defense, I also have a Mac, so it's different on Mac, and it's weird. You have to like actually grant it permission.
True. True. Man, we're just in a weird spot. I also think that our podcast has gone long enough today, but we'll see where we're at. I don't remember when we started. Well, we got a few more minutes. But yeah, like high school was that weird time where like you didn't realize you were like developing, but then like you look back at it now and you're like, man, I really wish I had done slightly more to be a better person during that time period, because I messed it up something fierce during the middle part.
See, I'm the opposite. I'm more, I wish I retained the innocence I had for a little bit longer.
Look, I've said this before. I don't know how to date people, but people are so attractive that I just were like, can you be my friend so I can be your ugly friend? Is this like, because am I allowed to do that? Can I be the ugly friend in your friend group? Because
No,
I'm
the
down.
designated ugly friend is mine. Back off.
But you're not even. All right, fine.
Look
I'll give
who's
it to you.
talking.
All
Fight
right,
me.
like all right. So here's the whole thing, right? I've recently got fallen into the line of I don't like cutting my hair because I think short hair doesn't look good on me anymore. So I have really long hair right now. Like if I flatten my hair, it goes past my eyebrows. Like it's at the top of my eye. And I think I'm going to keep it like this, but like trim up the sides. But I also kind of want to go like Viking hair and just let it grow. And like Assassin's Creed Valhalla this and just be like bearded and super long, amazing hair. But I don't know.
See, I've always been jealous of the fact that you can do that because my hair doesn't grow down, it grows out.
I don't know. So does
It
mine.
poofs. But then
So
on
does
top of
mine.
that, I'm also losing my hair in the spots where it's like, no.
No.
I can't comb over. No. Mr. Superman not here.
Mr. Superman not here. It's funny. I think there's so much cool stuff that like I could do, and quarantine has kind of proved to me that like if I'm slightly less overweight, I would bag so many people with the amount of confidence I exude when I'm comfortable.
I still stand by what I said either last episode or a couple episodes ago of I don't believe that you were right. So, just saying.
What do you mean?
When you told me about the scale,
Oh no, it's
that scale
absolutely
was wrong.
it's absolutely right. 405 is what I clock in at. It's a brand new scale.
So it needs to be calibrated.
I did.
I refuse.
Look, I'm not gigantic.
Listen,
but
call
I'm
me an
dense.
Call me an anti-vaxxer. I will go against science for this one.
No, I'm just
I will
dense.
go full Karen. I will ask to speak to the scales manager.
Problem is the scales manager is me, and I agree with the scale, so I mean, I'm definitely not what I was in high school when I was like 285. Because in high school I was like 285. I mean, I'm 6'4". I'm not small.
I didn't hit 100 pounds until sophomore year of high school, and then I immediately hit 200 the same year.
Yeah.
Like, I went poof.
Yeah. My whole thing was that senior year, I was like really, really well in shape until I started eating buffalo chicken pizza and wings every Monday because it was the only time me and Ashley could be together. Oh man, I'm not even caring about names anymore. Damn. All right. Anyway. So that's what we would eat because I didn't have like free time. Like I was just trying to I didn't want to work hard. I was working 4 of the days during the week, and then we had robotics 5 of the days. My one day off a week was Mondays. I was like, I'm getting beaten up over here. I'm not trying to make dinner. Screw this. I'm gonna order food.
I feel that.
And then I went to college and I just let it go. And now, if I realistically was just smarter and like exercised a little bit, I would not weigh as much as I do.
I feel that.
Man, this podcast was so scuffed. I love it.
Is what?
It was scuffed. I love it. It was 15 minutes of me scrolling through my own Facebook feed to try and find my freaking high school schedule to see if I posted it online.
Dear Lord. Yeah, we should probably edit that down for syndication.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see how funny it is. I'm just gonna put it as a disclaimer in the episode audio. Apologies, but we spent 15 minutes scrolling through Facebook on this episode to try and find my high school schedule because I couldn't remember when I took physics.
Sad part is we haven't even officially ended the podcast episode yet.
Nope, still talking about it.
No, you never said anything.
No, we're still going. Yeah, no, this is still active. We got like another 5 minutes because we didn't start till 8:25.
Oh, geez.
Well, you have to remember Craig wasn't working for 15 minutes.
Craig is our recording software, and he has been late and a lot and not working and being an asshole because there can only be one of us like that. And the fact that I'm already like that.
Yeah, it can't be 3 of us all having problems. Only one of us is allowed to have problems at a time, and because Craig seems to have them every week, that means we have to be on point, and that's not fair to us.
No, not at all. Especially since the both of us are very problematic people.
All right, I think we're good. I mean, it's a little weird and a little transparent.
I'm sure those who feel like they have to listen to the episodes will be glad this one might be a little shorter.
Yeah, true. I mean, we're kind of just we're just kind of memeing around right now. It's really tough, especially when I'm not sleeping again. So it's not. Don't awe
And
me.
when I'm
Don't awe
not
me.
feeling well.
Yeah. Don't awe me. You're the one who's about to enter a purification of quarantine.
No, I have been in quarantine.
No,
Okay.
no. We're
Okay.
going to
So
put you in a hazmat suit and light you on fire.
please don't threaten me with a good time.
I know. It's a good time. I
Okay.
know it's a good time.
So clarification real quick. I never expected to get the "you should get tested" text from one of my siblings. And so I've been quarantining for a couple weeks because my entire family now either has or has had COVID. And now I'm starting to show symptoms. Literally started showing on the last day I should have been quarantining. So now I most likely have it and will be quarantining for another 2 weeks, and it's going to be wonderful. Hello?
No, I agree with you.
Oh, I thought I
Sorry.
dropped out for a second.
No, you're good. I agreed, but it didn't get picked up on the mic. So I was just there. That's kind of hilarious.
But yeah, and then when I was talking with my mom about it, she was like, this family goes all or nothing, okay? So you better come out positive.
It's either all of us are sick or none of us are sick.
We're a very competitive family. It doesn't matter what the competition is. We will be competitive.
Yeah, I think that's it for us, though. Man, my brain is not here right now.
Yeah, I feel you. Alrighty, well, thank you guys all for listening in on another week of us just rambling on again.
Yeah, there's no real direction here. We're trying to cognitively go through the stories, but it's not working. I mean, sometimes we're a little spacey, and that's all we can say. So tiddlywinks for later. Ta-ta, and see you later.
Have a great night, all.
Bye-bye.